Imagine, I love that song. It's Imagine there's no heaven or religion too. Oh. Often in unities, some of the churches or centers will try to change that. Imagine there is a heaven. That's not what John Lennon was talking about. He didn't write that in a cynical way. He was talking about the sense of separation that often happens with religions or possessions, even images of an exclusionary heaven where my kind of people get in and yours don't. That's what he was talking about. Imagine all the people living in peace. Peace seems such a faraway concept this week. The shootings at the Burlington Mall and Minnesota, it's hard to keep up with all the shootings that are going on in our country. The bomber in New York City and Jersey. The presidential debate. Oh. Oi. Oi. In the words of New Yorkers, oy vey. A few months ago in New York, there was a New York Daily News had on the front page after another rash of shootings. I think this was in San Bernardino County. And after all the politicians got on TV and said, we will hold this in prayer. We're going to pray for this. And we're turning it over to God. God is at work here, and we're turning it over to God. And the Daily News headline was, God isn't fixing this. Ooh. Ooh. So prayer is offered, but when we know in New Thought that when we pray, the next step is what? Move your feet. Eric Butterworth, his office was pristine. The only thing he had on his desk was a sign that says, pray and move your feet. It's two-part. We pray, we listen to the love and wisdom, and then we move forward with what we receive. Praying is not enough. Prayer is the first step toward bringing healing, to bringing wholeness. The book of James says faith without works is dead. Nothing. You have nothing. If you have faith, great. You're sitting there, I have great faith. Don't tell me you're a faith-filled person. Show me your faith-filled action, and then we'll believe you. It's not enough for talking heads on television to tell us, well, it's all awful. Well, tell us what to do. If you're an expert here, what's the next step here for us to bring peace and wholeness and safety to our planet? You know, it used to be when we went through a tragic event, we would then begin the healing process with each other. We went through something, and then the healing would begin. I lived in New York during 9/11. We were at Unity of New York, and we were here too, constantly bombarded with the towers falling over and over and over and over again. We couldn't heal. We couldn't find the time to heal because we kept seeing it. We kept reliving it moment after moment. The beginning of finding peace for these kinds of things, first of all, is to turn the television off. Turn it off or turn it to the Food Network. Wendy's home now, taking notes. Stop reading the paper for a while. Read the arts section. Read the sports section. Stop talking about this every day and saying there's no hope. Celebrate that the election's over in a month. It's been going on for 3.5 years now. This is a long time for any election to go on. Now, I don't mean put your head in the sand and stop being a part of the dialogue. Open up to what Spirit has for us to do. What's my part to do here? But when we allow the media to direct how we are to feel and what we're to think, then we aren't getting the full truth of any situation. We're just getting a spin. We're getting, tune at 11 to hear how awful it is. I keep getting emails all the time. Oh my God, it's terrible. It's like, this is terrible. I'm deleting you. It's terrible, terrible, terrible. No, bye. It's not happening anymore. Stop yelling at me. I hate it when my emails yell at me. Oh, it's terrible. The sky's falling. Yeah, shut up. No, it isn't. You know, even in our personal life, we think I can't do anything to change the way things are going. You know, your husband leaves you after 25, 30, 40 years. The economy's, the economy. It's like, the economy's tanking. Oh my gosh. They might raise my rent $300 and not my salary. The company went belly up, your kids got arrested for drugs, and the other kid totaled your car. You gained 20 pounds from one piece of cake this weekend. Or is that one cake this weekend? You forgot to record the Seahawks this morning. Oh, my God. And you're still not over Breaking Bad being off the air. Oh, it's just awful. I can't take it on. For all the technological advances that we have in the 21st century, supposedly making life easier, it's gotten more stressful. It doesn't make it easier. It's just I'm being bombarded with information 24/7 now. So we come here to Unity of Bellevue for peace. Like, I need to go away. I need Sunday morning to tell me that it's all okay, that it's all good. Then you come here and find out somebody I love so much died. They left. They made transition. And where's the peace? Peace is often one of the hardest of the spiritual gifts to maintain long term. The Course in Miracles says, many have said the words, I want the peace of God, but few indeed have meant them. If you could mean them for just an instant, there would be no further sorrow possible for you in any form. Now, we're not talking about the healing gift of grief. That's something completely different. It's something that is necessary and needed on the planet for us to relieve pressure before it builds up. So the grieving part is completely necessary. It's the grief part about giving our power away to someone or something we're talking about here. We sing every Sunday, let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with who? Me. Well, it'll be peaceful if you begin first. That's not the way it works. Let there be peace on earth. It begins with me. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. And then we go home and we get on the phone and start complaining. Let there be peace. We're barely out the door, you got the cell phone out. That coworker of mine, I didn't finish telling you about him. Or that family member, that candidate you hate so much. Oh, that candidate is making my life hell. You know him or her? No, but I hate them. Okay. That new minister who got rid of all those old books in the library and rearranged my furniture. I've heard you. I know who you are. You think I don't, but I do. But you can't take my peace away. I took your books away. I took some couches that fell apart away, but I can't take your peace away. Somebody came in here who had booked the place before, and they came in and they went, it's so clean in here. So where's my peace? Where's my peace? They did that to me. How dare they? They threw away my books that nobody ever read and somebody dumped here in 1969. It was still my book. We left here. We leave our peace of mind here at Unity of Bellevue, and then we come back for it the next Sunday. And we feel really great, and then we go out, we go, and then we come back, let there be peace. But we freely give our peace away to anyone and everyone who wants to take it. We so willingly give them that right. And then we blame them rather than take responsibility for throwing it away. Thich Nhat Hanh, one of my favorite teachers, the Buddhist priest, tells a story about the Buddha and his monks. They're sitting in the forest when a farmer walks by and says, excuse me, have any of you seen my cows come by here? I have 12 of them. And they ran away. Oh, on top of that, I have 5 acres of sesame plants, and the insects have eaten all of them up this week. I think I'm going to kill myself. I just can't take this anymore. And then he walks away. Well, before that, the Buddha was full of compassion. He says, no, we didn't see any cows come this way, sorry. When the farmer had gone, the Buddha said to his monks, my friends, do you see why you are happy? It's because you have no cows to lose. So, coming from this perspective, I ask you, what are your cows? Who are your cows? Who are the little heifers getting in your way of being peaceful today? What have you and I been chasing fruitlessly that makes us completely nuts? Is that our reason for throwing our peace away? Your boss, is your boss worth throwing everything out the window that you've worked so wonderfully in your meditation time to have as a part of who you are? Donald Trump and or Hillary Clinton, are they that important in your life that you're giving your power away, that you're about to burst a blood vessel? Your neighbor at 3 a.m., the traffic going into Seattle, the traffic coming from Bellevue, or vice versa. I read something not long ago that was very powerful but very simple, and I want everybody here to hear this. Put it on a t-shirt, put it on a mug, do something, but learn it. When you start complaining about the traffic jam, remember, you are the traffic jam. If you're sitting in the middle of it, you are that. So just bless it. You're going to get home. You're going to get to work. It's all good. But complaining about it and fretting about it and throwing your peace away is not going to make it move quicker. It's not going to do anything but upset you. The peace of God can only come into our lives when the cows move out. God gave me that. Blame God for that one. So there are two techniques I want us to work on this week to allow peace to take hold, we hope, and we know, permanently. The first is really simple, but you and I have to take the time to do it. Let go of trying to control your cows. You can't do it. You can't do it. Let God handle your cows. Spirit within you, divine love and wisdom, knows what to do and will reveal to you what to do about the cows or do anything at all about them. Let it go. Letting go is the realization that my power only comes from creative spirit in my heart, in my being. It doesn't come from outside of myself. It can only work when I give God within me permission to take charge of everything. So I let it go and say, this has nothing to do with my life. If it seems to, consider what it is you're going through and let it go. Even then, if it's that important, Spirit knows things I don't consciously at this moment. If something is upsetting you this week by another person or by the news or some outside information, our only response this week, our only affirmation is that so? Is that so? Affirm that with me. Is that so? Good. Oh my God, you look great. Much better than 9:15. They weren't awake yet. Is that so? No, you did it. Is that so? Together. Is that so? Wow. Okay. And then silently pray. I turn this cow over to God. This is not my cow anymore. This cow is ineffective and has no power in my life. So your best friend calls you at midnight and tells you what a horrible person his or her girlfriend or boyfriend is and what they did to them. And they say, what do you think? Your response is that so? Click. Not you, them, because you're not buying their drama. Or you could if you want to. Is that so? I gotta go. The Seahawks are on. It's midnight, I don't care. I gotta watch them, I recorded it earlier. So. Your boss says, we need to talk about this. You jumped there very quickly, yes. They're considering it over here. You're right there with it. We need to talk. Your response is? And if they give you a review and it seems very critical, and they seem to have run out of everything else, our next response is, tell me more. Is that so? Thank you, I will meditate on that. Or whatever language you can work with your boss. The bank calls and says, we had to make an adjustment to your deposit. You didn't add it up right. Our response is? Three of you had that response. Everybody else is sweating. It could be that you got more. You don't know. But we need to know the information now so we don't spend the money that we don't have, right? Thank you, God, for this wonderful information. Is that so? Okay, God, guide me. God's got this. That's our affirmation. And then we take whatever action Spirit is calling us to do. If we take all this information as a prayer request from the planet instead of, this is take my peace away, so now I watch the news and I say, this is a prayer request. And I don't take it personally. I just say, okay, God, I turn this all over to you. I know that you are here, you're in charge. What is my part to do? Sometimes just to be in quiet and say, is that so? Divinely detach myself from it. Other times I may be given information to do something. We find we are more in control of our emotions, our responses, when we center ourselves in peace. We say, all right, I can put this in divine perspective. Peace is a God quality we have within us, available at all times. But these human beings that we are pretending to be at the moment can forget this really, really quickly. The goal is to get the peace back, to be centered in that peace as quickly as we can. So go within, allow divine love and wisdom to reveal that this is God's work on the planet, and what's my part in it. Then I find I'm not stressing, I'm not trying to be in control of the universe, and that truly is turning out perfectly the way it needs to. The truth is you signed up for this tour of duty, this lifetime around, to learn about your power, to learn about who you are as a powerful creation of spirit. That's your job. When we see other people perhaps taking our power away, we have to remember, that is impossible. Nobody can take my power away. I'm a child of God. I'm a creation of the universe. Nobody can take my power away. I can give it away temporarily, but they can't take it from me. So for the next week, I would like you to work on the affirmation. It's in your bulletin. Every week now, you have your weekly affirmation and title in there. I want you to work with this. The peace of God is all I need. The peace of God is what I am. When you go to bed, when you get up, know this. Let this be the first thing you see and the last thing you see before you're going to bed. And then we center ourselves in that truth, so when you get to work or on the highway or going to work, nothing can take your peace away. It might upset you for a moment, but then we bring ourselves back and say, the peace of God is right here, right now. When you feel angry at a person or a situation, we know God's at work, and the right answer is being revealed. And then we breathe. We breathe in peace, we breathe out anger, we breathe in love, we breathe out any appearance of attack. See them as people who want peace themselves, but really don't know how to get it. We're all doing the best we can with the information that we're working with, or the consciousness we're working with at the moment. So if somebody's attacking, they're looking for peace, but they're going about it in a way that doesn't work. Your job as an aware spiritual being is to step back and say, is that so? Okay, And don't give any power to it. Let the energy die and bring love to the situation. Now, of course, you may need to walk away from the situation if it's toxic. We're not here to be beaten up. We're not here to be doormats. If they're acting like a little cow, then you stay centered in your peace and you keep breathing. You keep knowing the truth. Be mindful that you literally are peace. I am the peace of God, right here and right now. Thich Nhat Hanh shares another story about a fisherman working on the river, and he noticed another boat was coming toward him, but the person in the boat wasn't slowing down. He was heading right for his boat. He's yelling out to the person, steer away, but his boat smashes into the fisherman's boat, and the fisherman almost falls overboard. He regains control, and he starts to curse out the man in the boat for being so stupid and so reckless, and then he sees there's nobody in the boat. The boat had gotten away from the pier and just started going down the river, and it rammed into him. He starts laughing at the absurdity of getting bent out of shape about nothing and no one. He was yelling at somebody, and there was nobody there. When you want to rip somebody's head off, realize that there is nobody's head to rip off. That this is not a God thought. It's a human thought, and I can let that go. That nobody's here to attack me. If they're attacking me, then it's about them. It's about their stuff. They're working it out on you, and you say, that has nothing to do with me. What you think of me is none of my business, and this is not the truth. So you just breathe, you excuse yourself, and you go cleanse. You go center yourself in the peace of God. Is this thing that has taken your peace away stronger than God? Is this person stronger than God? Of course not. Not a bit. Is the situation that you're in there impossible for the creative spirit of the universe that made you? No, of course not. Is that person you've given your total energy and attention to really worth your health, your peace of mind, your creativity, your life? No, we know that. Give that cow back to God. And know that the peace of God has all the strength, all the love, all the creative force, all the abundance, all the joy you need to live your life exactly as you need to. Breathe. Whatever's been taking your peace away this week has no power. We gave the power. So breathe in life and breathe out that stuck energy. Breathe in joy. Breathe out sadness. Breathe in the peace of God and breathe out the desire to control, because there's no control necessary. God has got this. As we enter into our meditation, Becca's going to come up and share our new meditation song. It's actually one that she wrote and has blessed us with.
She's going to sing the first verse. You have the text, and it'll be projected here. And then we'll all sing the first verse and go immediately into the second.
It'll be up here and it's in your bulletin as well.
Closing my eyes, time to begin, feeling this moment, turning within, closing my eyes, turning within, closing my eyes, time to begin, feeling this moment, turning within, closing my eyes, turning within, drawing a breath, knowing I'm whole, gently releasing, letting it go, drawing a breath, letting it go, drawing a breath, letting it go.
I invite you to keep focusing on your breath as it comes in and gently goes out. Breathing in peace and letting go of anger. Breathing in love. Breathing out doubt. Breathing in oneness and breathing out separation. There is one power, one presence, one life, one love, God. Whatever has been bothering you this week, whatever you came in with weighing on your heart and your mind, let it go. Put it outside. You don't need it. Worrying and anxiety about an issue never solves it, never heals it. Focusing on the power of peace and love brings forth the answers we need. This morning I let go. I let go and let God be God in me today. The peace of God is always present, has been here since before we were born, and will be a part of us when we leave the planet. My job is to know this is who and what I am. If there's pain or discomfort in the body temple, I invite you to breathe peace into that part. Breathe peace and feel the pain leave. Feel the tension drain out. Feel the peace of God as the only power and presence in your mind and body. We quietly affirm the peace of God is my health and strength. The peace of God is my health and strength. Be with that. Centered in the peace of God, we also remember there is nothing lacking in my life, anywhere. The overflowing, abundant good of God is fully present as I let go of stress, strain, and worry about how to bring it forth. The peace of God brings my abundance to me, through me, for me. God's peace frees up abundance in my life. Breathe that in. God's peace frees up abundance in my life. As we center ourselves deeper into the peace, we realize peace isn't the absence of anything. It's the fullness of power, the fullness of God. God's light shines forth and reveals the next step in my life. I know what to do and how to do it. God's light shines forth and reveals the next step in my life. I know what to do and how to do it. In the silence of our being, just for a few moments, all it takes is one brief moment of knowing I allow Spirit to reveal. I am here. Peace. Be still. I am here. Peace. Be still. Take a deep breath and let go. The peace of God is all I want. The peace of God is all I need. The peace of God is all that there is. The peace of God is who I am. And so it is.